Yeah, welcome everybody to the Fly Racing Racer X Houston Supercross review podcast / video. Thank you for watching and or listening to this thing. It's been a lot of fun. We appreciate it. And please leave a comment below. Tell everybody below exactly why I'm your favorite host of the three of us. So thanks again for watching and listening. FlyRacing.com, the official gear of Cooper effing Webb, everybody. The winner last night in the Triple Crown. Did he win an overall main event? No. But he won the overall, and he's back wearing Fly Racing gear with some nice stuff that he had on there. And you can use the code Pulpmx to check out at flyracing.com and save. And they've got some cool things there, women's gear, kids gear. I think there's 5 lines of adult men gear. Code Pulpmx will save on that. Formula helmet's amazing. Check out the tech behind that thing. And there's exciting news coming for Fly Racing down the road. Always innovating, always elevating. The guys at Fly Racing, check them out. Renthal, Maxxis, also on board with us. Motorsport.com. Of course, those guys are a big part of the club team, which we'll talk about as well when it comes to the 250 class from Houston. And Brunt Work Wear as well. Thanks to the guys at Brunt for coming on board. And we'll tell you more about them later on. But for now, I'm Steve Matthes. Joining me was the voice from the booth last night with Carmichael, yelling and screaming about the Triple Crown format. It's the Jason Wygant. What's up, Weege?
Yeah. Every yell and scream was completely real and completely worth it. There's only one time of the whole weekend, Steve, where I did something that I didn't really feel passionate about. I wasn't really into it. Talk about that later.
Yeah.
That's when I visited the press box to visit you guys. That was just merely checking a box.
Yeah.
There's no heart or soul behind it, but everything else, the rest of the weekend, Triple Crown fever, great racing, 5 or 6 guys could have won. Every one of those yells and screams was real.
And the pit reporter, and getting some shade from Hayden Deegan on the podium, Montreal Supercross champion, the Jason Thomas. What's up, JT?
Track analyst, sir. Track analyst is the title. Will is reporter. Yeah, it was. I thought it was a great weekend. The people that I think there was some talk that this track was not going to be any good for racing, and I'm happy to report we got epic racing, absolutely epic racing. So I just want to put that on front end. I did see people complaining about you yelling, Weege, but much like the things that I get hate for on Twitter about Deegs interviews and haircuts and T-shirts and everything else, I just kind of shrugged my shoulders. You did a great job.
Yeah, they can screw off.
Well, I will say this. It was a good night of racing. That third 450 main event was a banger. But the first 250 main event was a snoozer.
Okay, and 1 out of 6?
No, hold on. It got progressively better. Like the first 2 were and then the action started picking up. And yeah, I mean, when I went down before the night show, guys are like, dude, this track, man, like, you got to nail all the rhythms, or you lose 2 seconds because you go double instead of 3-3. That's a massive time difference, and a lot of laps. Track was broke down, a lot of ruts. I swear they eliminated some track work time in the night show somewhere along the line.
Well, I know
we had futures, but even without that,
next. Yeah, that's next, and
yeah.
KJC,
yeah,
and Triple Crown.
I don't know. The whole thing went by really fast. It was like a drop of the gate and let's go. And the track got hammered and there's a lot of laps. So I don't know. I heard from a few people, this track is really fun, but it's not a great racetrack. But it turned out pretty good in the end of the night. But I don't think too many guys would be, if you said, hey, we're never going to race that layout again, I don't think too many guys would be sad from the guys I talked to. But again, couple of banger main events and Triple Crown stuff delivers. So,
good luck finding a track where everybody loves it.
Yeah. No, it was really like kind of basic for those guys. Getting over the rhythm, getting over that tabletop into one rhythm was a huge thing that guys not always could get. But I just think whoops are really, really easy. We'll get to that on my track walk expertise. But yeah, it was good. The third 450 main event, I think, maybe saved the entire night because that was a great race. Third to first to third. Ken Roczen getting rattled, losing some spots. Sexton doing Sexton things, which we'll get to in all of that. But yeah, Weege, Cooper Webb gets the overall without winning a main event. He doesn't care. He gets the 25 points. He rode really well. And like we were leaving the track, I was talking to somebody. Hutch at Honda. and we were talking about like
who?
Hutch at Honda.
Oh, Hutch at Honda.
Yeah. Okay. What'd you think I said?
Hot S-word Honda. And I'm like, that's a team? Oh. That's the name of a team?
Yes. Hot shit Honda, man.
Wow. I haven't heard of that one.
They're pitted over by the PRMX guys. Yeah, they're a great team.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a
great team name.
He renamed the president that came to Redbud. That's what he renamed him.
Okay, I was talking to Hutch at Honda, and we were saying, like, dude, first of all, corners were hammered. The ruts looked like something out of Unadilla. So who does that favor? Cooper Webb. All of this stuff. Never at any point were you like, dude, he's flying. He had a good qualifying time, which is a switch for him. But there was about 6 guys, Weege, that I like really stood out for me as like, did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see that? Yeah. And none of them were Cooper Webb, but there he is with the overall. It's such a Webby race.
Even more so than usual. I mean, obviously he's one with sleight of hand and trickery and stuff all the time, but I do feel like he's won Triple Crowns that you didn't expect him to win before, but it is often where he does pull out some miraculous pass / individual race win. I don't think it's usually like this. This is like the Webb performance art at an even higher level. I feel like it's more, you don't notice him, and then at the very end, you're like, oh my gosh, he got these guys. I don't even know if that happened. Did that even happen here? It was more enough guys made enough mistakes at the right time. And I don't want to disrespect Cooper Webb like that. I think the legend of Cooper Webb is that he's like never that good, but finds a way to win. But it's more like he's not good for 80% of the night. And then the last 10 minutes of the main, you're like, oh God. I didn't even see that necessarily. Yeah, but he wins either way. So
yeah, it was great. It was a great ride, JT.
Yeah, I think it could be both. I think it can be Hunter crashed in the first one, Eli crashed in the second one, and then also Cooper Webb overcame almost crashing on the finish line.
Holy smokes! Oh,
and he made some important passes too to get back near the front after that incident. Showed a lot of tenacity on his part. He overcame a lot of adversity in race 3. So I think it can be both. He definitely got some help because you could say Hunter would have won. You could say Eli definitely would have won. And then Webb also made things happen because he could have not gotten to where he needed to be. And he also could have lost the spot to Roczen in the last few laps because Roczen was right there. And if Roczen gets him, Roczen wins the overall. So I think it could be mutual, like a lot of things going his way. But true to form, just like we've seen him do at Houston, how many times now, he finds a way to get it done at the very end. And unfortunately, Roczen was, and Hunter too, but Roczen is the trend here where he loses out again.
Well, the crash from Hunter in main 1 was weird. Like you jump off the track, that's okay, whatever, that happens. But then you just expect him to just kind of ride back. He just lost his front as soon as he jumped off the track. Like
you see the edge of the track there, though.
He was just dropped off.
It's dirt, loose dirt, and then concrete. So if you're trying to make any evasive maneuver there, Godspeed.
So if Hunter doesn't do that or even picks his bike up sooner or anything, there we go. Hunter Lawrence wins his first Supercross. And then if Kenny, if some butts were Kenny's and nuts or something.
No, he had his own phrase. He had his own new phrase for that.
What was it?
If the rabbit doesn't stop to poop, he would catch the dog or something. Dog doesn't stop to poop, he would catch the rabbit. That's what it is.
Yes. He said that on the podium?
Yeah.
I didn't watch the podium interviews. I talked to him after the race, Kenny. He was shook about the finish line thing for sure. He was like, that was so close. It was so scary. And then, if the rabbit doesn't stop to poop, then he would win too. I saw somewhere on Twitter, this was the highest Triple Crown score for a 450 overall, I believe, or one of the higher scores.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
For anybody to win an overall in Triple Crown, which I would not be surprised either, right?
No, I wouldn't be.
Just Webb went
this is Webb's 4-2-3 second time winning a Triple Crown without winning a individual race also. Sexton's done it, Tomac's done it, and now Webb has done it twice.
Yeah, but hey, man, it was funny because last week he said he was out of this thing. Then he looked at the points and said, I'm not out of this thing after he recanted his statement. And now he's definitely not out of this thing. But I mean, we'll talk about that at the end of the show a little bit on this title and what we think with 4 rounds down. But it was just such a Webby race. And like I said, the corners were destroyed. They were massive ruts and you had to cross them to make turns and go high and go low. And God, that just helped him so much. So good job, Cooper Webb.
Can we acknowledge that the tracks can also be two things at the same time? I listened to every interview you did and Lewis did, and even our guy Anton did at the end of the night. And so many of the questions and so many of the answers are, it looked like everyone could do the same thing. No one was doing anything to separate. Everyone was doing the same thing. Also followed by every single person saying it was so hard to do the rhythms every lap, and that was the entire race. And I'm like, which one is it? So I think we have to draw a line in the sand and say you cannot judge the track until the end of the night when it gets gnarly and broken down. That is the true measure of the track. And in the end, there was probably more rhythms being jumped, not jumped here than most normal races, not mud race, not Seattle in recent memory.
I think a little bit of that, though, is like there was only one fast way to do the rhythms. So there's only one way to do the rhythms. That was fast. And now getting them down, again, a problem. Shout out Mitchell Harrison for going going over 4.32 or 4.31. It wasn't faster, but he was the only guy I saw do it all night in that rhythm lane. So
what I'm getting at here is I wonder if the track guys always get criticized for not building enough variety, which I also always say, first of all, good luck building something that 3 of the 22 guys can jump, not 13 or all of them. Good luck. But even if they could pull that out, they know as well as anyone what they're going to be getting at the end of the night when it matters most. So almost I wonder if it's like, we can't build super hell track here because we know, and JT, what every rider said was the big problem was the ruts led right into the faces of each one of those 3 ends. So knowing that, and they probably knew in advance it was going to be a problem, dude, good luck. You better not make it too technical.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. 2 things on that. One, imagine what it would look like if the track was really difficult on a perfect racetrack. So, backing up your point, it would have been really sketchy. So be careful what you wish for. And then 2, we have to remember that SMX Next is going to be out there in the midst of this too. And I'm not saying that it's ideal to build the racetrack around SMX Next, but we do need to factor that in somewhere that they're going to be on this racetrack.
Cooper Webb wins and jumps himself right back into this thing after a so-so start the year. Somebody at Moto Online or something posted something on Twitter before the race about Webb's how far back he was, and I replied but he's been riding good. He's been good. He hasn't been great, but he's been good. And he was getting just screwed with himself, crashes and all of that. So Hunter Lawrence, as we mentioned, if he just gets a couple of spots back after the fall or doesn't fall, he wins the thing. He was consistently good 3 seconds in a row now for Hunter Lawrence. I thought he was going to, someone on Twitter brought this up. Seeley won his first race for Honda at Houston. Trey Canard won his first race for Honda at Houston. And I was like, here we go. Remember when Seeley was going to go on that run? But
somebody thought that, yes.
Yeah, many people thought that. Mm-hmm. And anyways, I thought Hunter was going to get it done. I really did, but he was good. He picked up points on Eli Tomac. I guess that's the bottom line. He got second again, and he's close, man. He's a great starter, and he's putting himself in good spots. So,
I don't think there's any surprises anymore at this point. No. I think we knew even after San Diego, probably this is probably what you're going to be getting all the time.
Yeah.
I was probably the last one on board, mostly. Not that I didn't think it would happen. I felt like it was likely to happen. I just wanted to see it. Just show it to me, and I'm in. And I'm there now. That's in hindsight, but everybody was really wound up about Hunter and Supercross. I'm like, you're probably going to be right. Probably. I just want to see it first. All I need to see, and then I'm on board. So we're down the road on that now.
What makes him a little extra dangerous too is I know that there's still he's gotten better in the early laps, still not his specialty, and there's still does he have the raw speed? Does he have the raw pace? Whatever. But Webb has now proven over the course of 7 years that you can win in other ways. So I think even the few things you might be able to nitpick on Hunter, we now know you can still win anyway. I mean, that's literally the Webb playbook. We've been saying it since 2019. And damn it all, he's won 31 races and 3 titles.
I will say Webb stepped it up in speed last year for me. But that doesn't discount his other 2 titles. Last year, I thought qualifying and just raw speed, he was better than he ever was in my mind.
Yeah, but he still wasn't as good as Sexton.
Yeah.
He still beat Sexton for the title.
Yeah,
so
and I think this Triple Crown too for Hunter, like so far we've seen his late race pushes and his endurance and everything come into play. This Triple Crown didn't play into that for him, and he still was great, because it starts and all of that. So
late race push, who does that remind you of?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like we know there's multiple ways to do this now, so why not his way, which is also Webb's way.
Yeah. Kenny got third, 154. Anderson held him up in the third main. I don't think it made TV, but Anderson took him high and stood him up, and it seemed to lose his momentum. And then Anderson waved him by. Anderson waves him by in the second main, like literally hand off the bar. Go. Yeah. And then third main, he takes him high. Obviously doesn't know it's Kenny. And then realizes it and lets him by again. I could sense Kenny likes Jason. Jason likes Kenny. They ride together. But when I asked him, Weege, you listened to it. Did you get a sense that Kenny was sort of biting his tongue a little bit?
No, I actually didn't. Didn't get that.
All right. Okay. I felt like it.
Yeah.
I very much thought that Jason had no idea that was Kenny. Think
for sure.
back.
Yeah.
That it was chaos. There were bikes going inside, diving everywhere.
Yeah.
For Jason to know that was Roczen, and Jason's aggressive by default. That's his MO. So I could understand the frustration of I just lost so much forward momentum there. But to me, there was absolutely no way to target.
I don't talk to Jason. He doesn't like me, but if they all come around, and so maybe one day we'll talk, I'd like to get a power ranking from Jason on dudes that he's fine with and dudes that he really just wants to crush, because it does seem like Jason, like if you're a good guy and he likes you, he doesn't put as much fight into it. Sometimes like I feel like
there's a lot of guys he's fine with, and then there's a few guys that he's not fine with at all.
And he's just like, I'm just going to fight you to the death. Yeah. Anyways, Kenny got rattled. Like that last main, I thought it was his. I thought he was going to do it. Went back, lost 3 spots, gained 2 back. Couldn't get Justin Cooper, like JT mentioned, for the win. Trying everything he could out there for sure, because he knew it. He knew he had to get J Coop for it. Couldn't do it. Good night for Kenny, but yeah.
Well, he had to pass Webb.
No, J Coop.
No, he had to pass Webb to win.
And the last one he had to pass Webb. There was a time when he was also behind J Coop.
Oh, I'm sorry. When was he behind?
There was a long.
So I think,
to win the race, he had to pass Webb.
Yes.
Hold on a second. Oh yeah. So the race 2, I think you guys had the overalls up on the screen or on a scoreboard, and he had to get. Not that it matters, but he had to get J Coop for the overall in main 2 to be leading into the overall.
Oh yeah, okay. Because
wasn't Hunter?
Right. J Coop did beat him in race 2.
Was it Hunter leading going into the third one?
No. Webb and Roczen were tied.
Okay.
Hunter was 2 back because of that 7th in the first race.
Yeah, the 7th.
What I remember vividly was they told Webb on the pit board, stay there to win. Yeah. And like, how many times have we come down to where it's Webb and Roczen, and it's going to be this mental fight for who can outlast the other with a few laps to go, and I'm just like, history's screaming at us that Webb's going to get this done. It looks like Roczen has momentum. It looks like Roczen's going to find a way, but I just have how many times has Webb just found a way, and he did again.
Yep.
I was a little surprised that Kenny got shuffled back as much as he did. You make one mistake, like we said on that track, but like Kenny's just awesome. But I was like, oh man, like, yeah.
I think it goes back to that thing we're saying where the track was 2 things at once.
Mm-hmm.
If you made a mistake, you'd get passed by 3 guys, and then you basically had to pray that they would make passing them, just blowing by them, except for Tomac, pretty much wasn't happening. Now, it's like you're going to get the luck of the draw. Maybe they'll also then blow a rhythm and you'll get back by them, but if they don't, there weren't a lot of passes normal. They were only passes if the guy in front of you screwed up, except Eli, who was just going through everybody.
Kenny Roczen third. Eli Tomac 313-1 scary crash in main 2. He said he hit his rear brake, I guess, because until he said that, I was playing it back, going like, "What happened?"
I was laughing at all of your Twitter hypotheses. You're like, "Well, this guy said he may have done this, and this guy said he may have done that."
Yeah. Yeah.
I know you didn't know any better, and neither did I until I asked him. But
yeah. Somebody said there was a rock. Somebody said there was a kicker there.
Yeah, Plessinger.
No, the Plessinger thing was his crash last week. Last week, AP said he hit a rock.
You tweeted that AP said there was a kicker there.
No, someone else said there was a kicker there. I don't think I talked to AP about it. Okay. Anyways, yes. And then I was like, wait, did he hit neutral? But why would you be anywhere near second or neutral in that rhythm, like going that speed? So that was weird.
Gear.
Yeah, but you're not going, I don't know. Yeah. So anyways, hit the rear brake. Scary. Could have been a big one. And again, you look at the mistakes that might have cost Eli the overall. Good job for Eli to rebound in that third main, man. Shuffle back to third, coming off a big crash, and then just to find and like Weege, he didn't need mistakes to get by those guys, I don't think. I think he pretty much just went like, yeah, I'm going to get by you now.
This is probably going to be a controversial take, but Steve, if we ever did a re-raceable show on this race 20 years from now, and you asked me who really won the race, I would actually say Eli, because I think he reestablished, at least in his mind, that I think I'm still a little bit ahead of these guys. The first two races, he was, no doubt. He was not last week, and that's where I was like, maybe that was just the first two rounds. Everybody figured their stuff out, and now it is on for the next 14 weeks. But I feel like him being able to come back and being, to me, had the similar to, say, San Diego level, where he could get these guys. He was the only one that was really making moves legitimately, not just when they screwed up. To me, that was a big step of like, oh no, he didn't just happen to get it right in the first two rounds and everybody else needed till round 3 to get it. I'm like, oh, Eli just might be slightly better than everyone else all year. Maybe that's a crazy take for round 4, but that's where I'm at.
Yeah, his starts weren't great. If you had to nitpick anything, is 2 of the 3 starts were
shot, right? Did he get the first shot?
One was good, yeah. No, the first race was, he came from what, 9th to 3rd?
Yeah, second one he was far back ish,
and then I think the third one he killed it.
Third one he crushed it. Yeah. Which I was, again, props to him on that third one. When you eat shit like that, and there's not a lot of turnaround, that's impressive. He jumped on his backup bike, right?
Yeah.
And then grabbed the whole shot and won. So his starts were the only nitpick of the night. Other than that, he looked great.
What do you think, JT? Great. He was rolling.
Yeah, so I have some clarity. You did say AP, but you were talking about him hitting a rock last week, comparing it to the crash this week of Tomac. And then you said Hunter said there was a kicker there.
Yeah. So somebody, like, this is how Twitter works, or the social media world. AP has that big one last week.
Yeah.
Now Tomac has that one, and someone's like, what's wrong with the KTMs? Yeah, man. There's nothing on the KTMs that throws riders forward in rhythm sections. Like, stop it. Yeah.
Chase might disagree.
Every fan out there judges bikes thinking that suspension rebound is like trampolines. Like, no bike does that.
Yeah. I said on Twitter, like, no, man, that's not the KTM thing here. So
no.
Yeah.
But just to touch on the Tomac thing, I think this is the most aggressive that we've seen Eli Tomac. I actually mentioned this to one of the riders, and I'm not going to say who because this was kind of an off-the-record comment I made to him. Their take, one of the key riders, said that they feel that everyone's so good right now that Eli feels like he needs to make it happen. Like, you can't wait around. You can't be super patient, especially in a Triple Crown, because the pace and the level is really close between everybody. So Eli is like, you see him making like aggressive passes on people. It's because he feels a sense of urgency where before he could like wait, like no problem. There's only a couple guys to deal with. Now, man, you got Kenny, Webb's back, Hunter. There's just guys everywhere, right? So he feels a sense of urgency. But I asked because I don't remember seeing Eli like kind of stuff people. Like, we've seen him, we saw him do it with Anderson at A2. We saw him stuff Hunter. Like, he's making aggressive passes, and that really has never been his MO. Like, he's never been the guy that is drawing a hard angle and making hard block passes. And I've seen multiple from them this year. So I was more curious as to what the difference was. So whether or not that rider is right, I don't know, but it was an interesting take.
These guys are so, they're such on the tip of the spear now.
That when you are super confident in the motorcycle, that you can do that extra 4% of like, you know what, dude, I think I can send it down the inside here. I think I can get away with it. Can that be part of it?
I think he's very confident in the bike, for sure.
Yeah.
I just haven't seen him kind of, and I hesitate to use this phrase, but like go for the jugular, because he's not going in and blasting people. Like he hit Henderson pretty well at A2. I've just never seen this where he's cutting across ruts to pass people and make like that. He doesn't really do that. Like that is really out of character for him. Maybe a couple times, like Webb at Daytona years ago. Like there have been a couple of examples, but this is like 3 or 4 in 2 weekends that I've seen from Tomac. So that feels like a little bit of a different approach. And maybe he feels so good that he's like, get out of my way. Like I got to go like right now. And you guys are in the way. So I don't claim to have the answer, but it's a noticeable difference.
But I think JT, you didn't have a problem with the Anaheim 2 pass. Yeah. Like, different. All of his passes, I think, have been great. Like textbook Supercross passes. Yeah, I love them.
This is not he's riding dirty thing at all.
No. Hey, I actually talked to Ian after the race because they're just so pumped right now after the nightmare.
I wonder why.
Last season.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Yeah, the nightmare last season, in so many ways, off the track. They're, hey, they got new ownership. Probably not worried about their financial future. Eli's a class act, as we have documented on the show many times. The Prado thing has just fallen into their lap and really couldn't have gone any better. I said, man, it's going really good, huh? And he's like, so he said, Eli last week said, these guys are getting better. I think I need to stiffen the fork so I can go even harder. He said, can I come to California and test? And they're like, can you? Come on out. And they did a little testing. He's like, you guys nailed it. And they said all weekend, they're like, anything you need in the bike. And he's like, bike's perfect. It's up to me. And I was like, how many times have you heard that? And he's like, it's probably been decades since I've heard a rider say, bike's perfect. It's on me.
Albie probably told him that in Checo in, in 93. Right.
Yeah.
That's about it.
I thought it was interesting to hear that. We did feel like he wasn't quite as good last weekend. And it kind of checks out that he's like, everyone got quicker. I got to make some changes to try to go even faster. And then he kind of got it back, man. Was he in second when he fell in the second one?
No, he was third, bad start in that one. I think he was up to fourth. I looked.
No, that was the first one. He get 9th to 3rd in the first one. I think he might have been second in the second one.
If he did, he had just gotten there.
Yeah.
If so.
Yeah, point being, whatever.
No, he got up according to the lap charts, he was in 6th when he went down.
Yeah, but he had made those passes before then. You're talking when he goes over the finish line, he had made passes.
Yeah. The lap before he was 6th.
Yeah.
But anyway, he rode. Yeah, he rode great.
Yeah.
He's really good at Glendale also.
Oh, yeah.
By the way.
True.
Yes.
Yep.
Coming up this weekend, and he's good at Triple Crowns, as we saw as well. So, great ride for Eli Tomac. Holds on to the points lead. Chase Sexton, we saw some great speed. We saw a front end washout. He almost hit the gate. Almost the complete Chase Sexton experience. Like, it's good job, Chase. Thank you. Thanks for giving it to it. Thanks for giving us all across the 3 mains.
This had to be discouraging, I think, for Chase. And I want to apologize to him because I asked him like if it came apart on him, and I didn't mean to say come apart. I meant to say like, did the strategy come unwound a bit at the end trying to get Roczen, and it just, I didn't say what I meant to say, and I would have been annoyed if I was him at the question. So my bad on that to Chase, but overall this couldn't have been. Think about last weekend. Think about the sentiment, the exuberance, all those good feelings leaving Anaheim 2. This was a big departure from that. Just a lot of mistakes and really a lot of lost opportunity because he was in great position several times to do something. I think was the last one he was started so far back. He was like last.
Yeah, he got up to 3rd, right? 3rd or 4th when he lost the front end.
Yeah, but the other 2, man, he was in position to really make it, like really kind of build something, like leave Houston with like, hey, we're on a roll here, like we got something going, and it really does not feel like that at the end of the night.
He passed 11 guys in the last one, and then of course he had to fall as well. It's pretty surprising. Yeah, he got it to 3rd in the final one. It's pretty surprising to leave a Triple Crown with that dirt. And Chase Sexton not be on the box. you're just like, wait,
and to get a second in the first one. If you tell anybody after the first moto or whatever you want to call it that he got second and he's not going to podium, you'd be like, what scenario can we have? He'd probably have to get stuck in the gate and lose the front end.
Yeah.
Not encouraging.
He did get lit kit again, though. I think that was really good. Webb stuff was good, but I thought that was good again. Eli looked good too.
That's just got to be. I mean, the front end tuck. I don't know if the front end washout at Anaheim 1. I don't know if that was seen on TV, but I just happened to be standing there watching it, and this was the exact same left hand turn. And this is kind of the problem that he's always had. It is the full Sexton experience, but it doesn't get easier to swallow each time you see it. Like, we're into year 5 or 6 now, and multiple bikes, and it's like, I mean, dude, he almost hit the gate again. Like, what?
I really
each time it feels worse.
This is 100% speculation, but I just wonder, had he been able to get the pass done on Roczen in the first one, if things had gone differently. Like, I just know, and I shouldn't say no, I've seen him be so affected by subtleties like that. Like, one thing gets off kilter, and then that's like pulling the string to things coming unraveled. And I was really surprised that he didn't get Kenny in the first one. Like, to the point of almost shocked he didn't get Kenny in the first one. And I just wonder if that somewhere in his psyche bothered him the rest of the night, because it seemed like halfway through the first one, I'm like, oh boy, these guys are in trouble, because that guy he is just going straight to the front. And then he made mistakes, and Kenny pulled back away, and he wasn't thrilled on the podium at all after the first one. And I was like, then it just seemed to get worse. So I don't know. Again, speculation, but he is a guy that I would say that something like that could affect. Like, you get something, the snowball effect going the wrong way with him, and it seems to have a lingering effect the rest of the night.
Yeah, that was RC's theory. He was puzzled, I think, in the last one, because he did get up to third. Then he got one of the rhythms wrong, and then 3 guys passed him, and he never rode as good again after that, which kind of goes to the point you made quite a bit, where it's like it appears that he gets frustrated with himself and can't shrug it off when something goes wrong.
Yeah, I think he starts telling himself negative things in his head, right? Like, he knows his own weaknesses more than we do. He has to live with this stuff. And I think that those thoughts creep in. I really, really do. And I think he's so hard on himself that when he screws up, he is just letting himself have it mentally, instead of like channeling that to be motivated to like move forward. He kind of like it goes the opposite way, where it's like self-defeating almost, right? And this is all, who knows, but there's clearly something going on with him, because he is far better than the results would indicate through 4 rounds.
6.75 for Anderson. Decent night for him. Ran up, battled with those guys. Jorge Prado, 5.3.11. Got 2 bad starts. He moved really up in the first one, I think the 5th. That was a good ride. And then I thought he might win.
No, he got 2 great starts.
2 great starts, 1 bad start?
Yeah, and then the last one was bad.
Yeah, it was right. Like, in the first corner, he's like tied for the lead.
Okay, hold on. Oh yeah, okay,
I feel like it was what you would expected. You knew in this format that Anderson and Prado would be factors.
Yeah,
they'd be up there. They'd be hard to pass, and they absolutely were that.
He looked good. He had some creative lines out there to hold people back. He had some creative.
I saw you talking about cross jumping. I didn't see it, but I saw you tweeting something.
Yeah, he had some moments, man. On the 3-3 across the starting line there. Dude, he drifted over on a couple of guys. Yeah,
I just didn't see it. So
I meant to ask a couple guys.
I don't even feel like it's cross jumping in the definite. It's to almost make it a more perfect crime. Steve, do you agree? I don't feel like it's cross jumping to the full definition of cross jumping. It's like you're on his right, and he will just move slightly right enough where you're like, oh, how far right is he going to go? Is he going to keep? Oh, he didn't go that far. Mm-hmm. But now my mind's already made up where I was afraid I was going to hit him. I don't feel like it's a full cross jump. It's just the threat of it enough so the guy behind him has to check up.
It's just squeezing you a little bit. That's all he's doing.
Yeah. No, I saw multiple instances of it. Good job, Jorge. It's something that the GP guys have talked about, and he did it to his effect.
It is a narrative for sure.
He still rode really
JT,
well.
I want to ask you about this. So yes, we know there's enough evidence to know this is not something we're seeing. This is real. It's been going on for years. You say all the time, especially in the 450s, these riders are smart enough to not create enemies, especially with dudes that are going to start in front of them a lot. How long can these guys hold their tongue before they finally get scared and pissed off? Because I think they're all trying to tread so carefully here.
With Prado?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, privately, they're not holding their tongue at all. So
no, but they don't want him to hear it because I think they're afraid. Don't poke the bear with Anderson. Don't poke the bear with Freezy. Don't do
cross jump stuff.
Yes.
Ooh, it's an interesting question. I would say that when someone is cross jumping you, that is like you don't even care. Like poking the bear. If somebody's cross jumping you, it's all bets are off. Like it's the most dangerous thing you can do to somebody. I don't think they're going to hold back. If he cross jumps them, like clearly does it, I don't think you'll see them hold back. Not in the way they don't want to anger a Barsha or an Anderson. I don't think you'll see that.
Yeah,
I was wondering because Webb almost passed him, moved over just a little, and that slowed Webb down. And I'm like, if Webb passes him, I guarantee you the pass will be a little extra aggressive, and it was. And I'm like, how long before they really start? It's so tough because you're going to have to pass the guy all year. And I'm like, they've got to be scared of going too far, even though they're pissed off in the moment. But you're saying you might get so pissed off, you might not care.
That's an angering move right there.
Yeah.
Like you're not just knocking somebody down, you're threatening like their livelihood with that move. Like it's like a next level type of don't do that type deal.
Yeah.
Malcolm Stewart, 8th. He rode really well in the third one. He came from way back up to 10th. But he said he's really just focused on getting healthier. He's got that scapula and not able to really get better on the bike, just to get better on the body. And he says it's finally getting there this week from his Anaheim 1 thing. So, yeah, he rode pretty well in the last one for sure. He came from way back. Justin Cooper, I mean, we mentioned him in that 4th with Kenny. That's probably the highlight of his year. There's just been, he did qualify better this week. He was, up there closer. That's good. But man, it has been a average start to the season for Justin Cooper.
I know you're
just
not
average.
tight with Star guys, but you are Blue Crew. So can you give us some insight on what's going on with the hydraulic clutch and starts? Because those two things don't seem to be jiving.
Yeah. No, nothing this week. I talked to somebody last week that they were working on some things, and I mean, they use a Recluse. They got the 26 Yamaha on there, but you can't put a 25 on there. So different system a little bit. You can't put it on there though. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's clutch related or what's going on. It's just not good starts. And Jay Coop, as we know, likes to be the front runner guy. Rides better that way. But yeah, at least he got the 4th. That was something for him to hang on to.
I mean, if he can't figure out the starts for the long term, that's a devastating development in the career of Justin Cooper.
Ferrandis 10th, 11-10-7 for Ferrandis, Triple Crown. Yeah, man, Dylan's awesome. He's a good dude. I just see no difference between Phoenix Honda, Dylan Ferrandis, and Ducati, Dylan Ferrandis. This is the same.
But
he looks cooler. He looks
maybe
better.
That's not the worst thing with how new everything is.
Yeah.
Like if you're saying he went from a Honda where the bike seems like they have it figured out and he loved it, supposedly, to everything's brand new. They're not anywhere like close to like a fully developed program yet. And he's the same. Like somewhere in there you could say like, that's not so bad. You're already there. You're already as good as you were on something that's brand new.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's not the worst thing.
RJ 10-14-9. I know RJ crashed in one of them, maybe 2 of them, but
I never noticed RJ once.
Yeah. Lewis and I said the same thing. We said, I think after the second one, we're like, could you say anything about RJ Hampshire's night? I'm like, nope, I can't.
I have nothing. I literally never saw him.
Craig got really good starts, though. Christian finished 8-8 in the last 2, and he got good starts. He came around maybe top 5 in one of them on the outside there. So Craig's starts were better. Yeah. And
well, the one that he got that start in, he got taken out by Ferrandis.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. So 19-8-8 for Christian. AP 12-11-13, and just hilarious track walk stories with AP. about getting cleared last week to ride and then realizing in the main event, I'm not good. I'm going to pull off here. Just
what is
man.
12, 11, 13 though is not AP like. That's not great.
No, it's not.
I noticed him less than RJ, who I barely noticed.
Yeah. He was on that level for sure. I just give him a bit of a break because he's coming off a concussion, you know? Yeah.
Just for all three to be outside the top 10 is, that's tough.
I was track walk with him and Joey, and what are you shaking your head?
Hitting your head. Give me this.
You're out to lunch on this, by the way.
Did you end up texting Joey, JT? Did you text Joey? Oh,
I did.
Okay, we'll get to that part. But so track walk, the whoops are really easy. Like I walk over there. I usually check out the whoops on the track walk all the time. I try to, because that's such a defining moment. And I walk over there and I'm like, these are so easy. And then AP and Joey are there. And I'm like, dude, I could blitz these. They're like, no, you can't. And I'm like, I could blitz these. Look how easy these are. And then I'm like, dude, you guys should have seen the whoops like in the McGrath days. You should have seen them. And they're like, oh, here we go. And then Ian Harrison walked by and I'm like, Ian, the whoops, McGrath days. And Ian's like, yeah, they were big. And he kept walking. And I'm like, Nick Way walks by. Nick just literally shakes his head at me and keeps walking. Doesn't even want to partake in this discussion of the big whoops. And Joey's like, okay, man, cool. Yeah, they're way bigger in your day or whatever. And I'm like, you guys wouldn't even make the night show in McGrath's era. And they liked that. They thought that was really funny. I said, yeah, man, you guys strap yourself to 60 horsepower 4-strokes and you call yourself Supercross racers. Like back in the day in McGrath, the whoops are huge. You got to finesse a 2-stroke. You got to change gears. You got to know exactly what gear you're in, all of that stuff. Like it takes a real skill. You guys wouldn't even make the night show. And AP thought this was hilarious. Joey thought I was an idiot. But AP was just laughing. He's like, brother, I raced 2-strokes. And I'm like, yeah, man, but like not back. And then Joey's talking about how he rode a 125 before he turned pro. And this is proving to me that they could make the night shows.
The worst take I've heard.
It was great. I was on fire. It was similar to the first ever conversation about the whole shot button. You know, I got carried away with that with Kennard.
Yep.
Which I think you were there for that too. Yeah. But what did you text Joey?
So I was so blown away.
Oh, because you got brought up with Weege. Weege brought you up to back when you're talking to AP. Yeah.
Yes.
He's like,
Somehow AP and Steve come over to me just to further this discussion. And I'm like, not night show. You don't mean main event. You mean not night show. And you're like, nope, can't make night shows. I'm like, not even mains? And you're like, nope. And I'm like, bro, JT made mains. JT can make the main every week. You're saying that AP right here, not on JT's level. And you're like, nope, he's not. Not on a 2-stroke.
Right. 2-strokes take skill.
Might be the nicest thing Steve's ever said about me, but it's also
big
horrifically terrible take.
Big whoops, lots of skill needed. Neither one of them have any skill.
Anyway, I'm like, Steve, give me Joey's number. Like, not 17. We know that. But so I text Joey. And I'm like, hey, I want to be very clear. 1, Steve's a moron for this take. And 2, you guys would have been just fine. Like, yes, your point about the whoops then and now is valid. That is valid. Like,
and riding a 2-stroke, harder to ride a 2-stroke, faster.
Also, I walked the track on Friday. The whoops are easy. They were not hard, but they were going to get harder as they got whooped out. But also, those guys would have figured out. They would have been just fine. They would have been 100% fine on that track. So I know you're kidding, obviously, but good Lord, that is a bad take.
I thought it was great. And I think I made their track walk. Yeah, that was great. I tried to get Nick Way involved. Like I said, he just kept walking and shaking his head. He didn't.
And Nick Way story, Houston 02, we're in the Astrodome. The last year of the Astrodome.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just a struggling privateer. And Nick was with you, Pulpmx. So I beat Nick. I get 8th, right? I beat Huffy. I had a really good race. And Nick was my ride to the hotel in a rental car. I didn't have a rental car. And he is just devastated that I beat him. So I'm like in this place where I'm like so excited about my result and also trying to appease him how devastated he is. So go ahead.
It's like the Ferry story where he was behind you in Seattle wondering if he could retire.
Yep.
Timmy could not get by you. and in the air, he was wondering if he could stop right now and be okay money-wise.
But also like Yogi seeing Timmy on the podium and saying, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
Also like that. Yeah.
It always was like that for me. In hindsight, I didn't really think about it at the time, but now I do. Is like I was always fighting not being insulted that my competitors were devastated that I beat them.
Right. That race almost got me fired because he was burning up clutches. His clutches were going all year long. So finally I'm like, bro, you're adjusting it too much. Stop it. Like it's, you got to stay off this clutch. I went to the late, great Dave Chase at Pro Circuit, who's like a desert mechanic specialist, and Maxima made me special oils. And finally we ended up taking the Works Connection adjuster off and putting a stock one on that did not adjust. Like, this is it, man. Stop moving the wheel. Stop burning your clutch out. That didn't
really
help. Oh, yeah. I was mad at him. I'm like, dude, what do you want me to do? Like, stop using the clutch. Anyways, Joey had a rough night, broke his toe, I guess I read on social, and then couldn't get back up to where he wanted to. 17, 12, 15 for Joey, who finished right behind AP. So, yeah, I think I was onto something there. I mean, 13, 14th on 60 horsepower 450s. That's all they could do. So if
did the other riders in the race not have the 60 horsepower 450s or no?
No, they all did. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyways, it was a good time for that.
That's won multiple races.
Dude.
The multiple race winner, also red plate holder, and the guy that's gotten 2 top 10s in 4 rounds in 2026. These are the guys that you say can't make night shows.
Yep. Joey just texted me.
Jeff Hedden had him covered back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
the Hedden brothers. Okay. Well, both the Hedden brothers. Both of them.
Both Heddens have.
Both Heddens. Both Stone brothers. Both Heddens.
So you're saying they weren't heading to the night show?
No, absolutely not. All right. Marchbanks 15th. Nichols 16th. Nichols crashed out of 1, I think, or something. It was way back in 1. Justin Hill, I haven't noticed much. 15, 16, 17. Yeah, he had to go to the LCQ.
I talked to him on Friday. He said he got hurt right before Anaheim. I think his back or something.
He's got a back.
He's not really riding during the week much.
McElrath 16, 18, 18. Vince Freeze 18, 17, 19 for Vince. He got in through the LCQ also. Mitchell Harrison, LCQ guy.
Did Vince get into the LCQ?
I thought Vince had to go to LCQ. No, I think so. There was 2 Cowies in there.
I don't think so.
Oh, it was Cade.
No, Vince made it in on laptop.
Vince made it in. So, sorry, Cade, Lane, Harrison, and Hill all raced the LCQ, got in. Cade crashed out. First man of the event of the year, and I've been texting him. I think he might be dead. He's not replying.
No, he's on my flight. Collarbone.
Collarbone?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I was like, hey, main event guy, good job. He's like, yeah. And I'm like, but I saw it was a bunch of DNS. What happened? He's like, my collarbone's broken. I'm like,
well,
cool.
Can you tell him to text me? Like, I'm serious. I thought he was dead. Like, I'm like, what are you doing?
Collarbone's broken. It's hard to use the
phone. Tristan Lane, 21, 21, 21. I like Tristan Lane. Good dude. Good. Happy for him to make the main event. Yeah. All right. 450s. It's a wrap.
Keep it going, guys. This has been great racing, and all the dudes are still battling. Like, I just hope it lasts.
It's good. Thank you to the folks at Renthal, by the way. Speaking of Hunter Lawrence and Ken Roczen using Renthal products out there, they got a direct-to-consumer website now. $99 gets you free shipping on Renthal.com. Weege, what's your favorite Renthal product?
Handlebars are really good.
Okay, great. Thanks. And then
great handlebars.
Well, you know what did drop from Renthal is the 661 bend that Kiefer helped develop that Tomac is using. So it's out now. Yeah. So please check that out, renthal.com, maxxis.com as well. You look at Mitchell Harrison jumping that rhythm that no one else was able to do or wanted to do, using Maxxis tires to get the gription that he needs.
You're doing it on Friday. Lots of guys do it on Friday.
Maxxis.com, mountain bike tires as well. Great. Please check those out. Developed by some guy named McGrath, who was unbelievable and could get through any set of whoops on a 2-stroke at any point, at any time. Pretty much Jesus of Supercross racing.
I want to know what happened to you Friday night, man. Did you
what are you talking about?
On the doors? You turned into a 2-stroke kook on Saturday morning. All of a sudden, JT had these ridiculous takes. He was going off on the track guys about how much better the racing was in the 2-stroke days and forced to stuff.
It was.
And then I don't know when it was, about 15 minutes later, he takes it to the zenith degree by telling these guys that they wouldn't make night shows in the 2-stroke days. What happened to you?
I'm one of Cowie's new 2-strokes, dude. They got a hold of me. I can't wait. Can't wait.
2-stroke kook.
The racing was better, dude. I was telling Alex and Corey from Dirtworks, like, first of all, they had more dirt back in the day. I don't want to hear it that they didn't have more dirt back in the day. And like, it was more passing. You had to be more precise. You made more mistakes. It created passing. These guys are so good now. Look, the training's better now and the bikes are better. Even technology wise, like if we were still on 2-strokes, technology would be better. But dude, the racing was better. It really was.
Isn't that like every sport, like MotoGP, F1, everything? The equipment is so much better across all of them. You can make the same case for every sport.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not a 2-stroke kook, but I get where you're saying that. But
this would be, I don't have hours to discuss. This should be another podcast for another day, but I disagree. There are more close races where at the end of the race, you're not sure who's going to win now than there were back then, for sure.
Especially this year.
There's a lot. Your point is valid, Weege, for
you know
sure.
What's
but
gone
I mean,
from the sport? Remember waving to the crowd on the last lap over triples, or in RJ's day, like the last 10 laps? That has been completely just eradicated from the sport.
I mean, Hawley was doing that in 12th.
He was doing it on the first lap in 12th.
Yeah,
yes,
first lap. But
the racing is closer. Now, maybe that's worse because the bikes are maybe equalizing. I don't know, but dude, we haven't had a race this. I get Roczen and Tomac were gone, but they were close around 1. Every other race since, just for example, has been. What's the biggest lead anyone's had in a race this year? 3 seconds.
Some great races in the 2-stroke days, man. Great races. Pontiac 02. Ricky, James, Chad.
I'm not going to go. We don't have hours here. As I always say, if you want to pick 5 great races out of 30 years and believe that's the way every single race was, then you're going to win the argument.
I don't know, man. McGrath was great in whoops, and those guys wouldn't make night shows. That's all I know.
There were so many close battles for the lead in McGrath's day.
What did Joey text you back, JT? Did he say he's an idiot? Like, did Joey say, Steve's an idiot?
He was not as harsh on you as I was.
Oh, okay. Because all he texted me back was bro, but it's BRUH. So that's what the kids do now? Brew? That's all he said. Bro.
He just basically said there were some huge whoops back in the day, which I said, yes, totally agree. But you guys would have been more than fine in said huge whoops. And he said, I agree. But I threw in some Steve's a moron type stuff too, because you're insulting us.
I know AP got a kick out of it. It was great. I was telling him he was going to make night show and he was dying laughing. Well, he loved it.
I didn't want them to think that I was on board with this insanity of like I was making mains, but I want to make very clear that I do not agree with any part of that.
Weege was the one who brought you into this. I didn't drag you into this.
Yeah, but I would be mortified if they thought I agreed with any part of that.
I mean, in a sense, Weege was bringing you down.
No, that's not true. I was trying to create.
The JT makes mains.
I was not as good as either of them. Like that's not bringing me down.
Well,
it's fine.
Okay. I stood up for my friend JT.
You were just saying night shows, and I thought if we could put an actual name, like an actual bar, like are they better or worse than this? I thought you would see okay, maybe that's a little crazy, but no, it did not change your mind at all.
No, I had my friend's back. He was a good 2-stroke rider. All right, before we get to 250s, Weege, how is week 2 of the Phil FXR negotiations going? How is that going?
Yeah.
Do we have a breakthrough or?
I'm only in the booth doing play-by-play for, I think, 6 races this year. So these are very critical weekends. And I'm finding a disproportionate amount of my time on Saturday and Friday are being spent negotiating Phil's deal because he has a column on RacerX. He's holding out. It's been a big holdout. He's not doing it. Did not feel like we were paying him enough, which was probably fair. We probably weren't, but we were only paying him based on what the sponsorship pulled in. But Phil, he probably wants us to pay more than the sponsor itself even pulls in somehow. He's also negotiating, I believe, his ambassador deal or whatever. We don't even know if he's racing anymore. So he's got to work out deals with FXR. So Yes, I'm spending my weekends going round and round with FXR people for Phil's sake. Phil's not involved in any of these conversations.
Why shouldn't Phil be involved in these conversations?
I don't know. It's like I've become his agent. It's and he's going to win. You know he's going to win. He's going to end up getting paid.
That doctor in New York is going to end up giving him money.
Yes. And my favorite part is Andy from FXR saying he thinks he deserves the Justin Brayton deal. But JT, I think you've confirmed to me that the Brayton deal isn't as good as Phil probably thinks it is.
No. The number that Phil is saying, it's not even close.
Yes.
Not close.
I think them implying that whatever the Brayton deal is, Phil doesn't deserve that. I enjoyed that part for sure.
I just want my column back. Can I get my column back? I like reading it.
We had a Friday thing on RacerX, but he's currently holding out, and I'm spending way too much of my time dealing with Phil's FXR deal.
Yeah. We got updates both weekends on text about the deal and the ins and outs.
When I see them, Milt and Phil are together. So how do they not just hammer the deal out right then?
Yeah.
Because Phil's probably asking for 7x probably what they want to pay him, I would imagine. That would be my guess as to why. Phil's probably agreeing with you. Milt, let's just put the thing on paper right now.
Yeah, dude. Okay, well, keep us up to date.
He's a very good negotiator.
Keep us up to date for Glendale and let us know when that's coming back.
For fans out there, was in Houston. Why? Because he got a good deal on a truck, even though he lives in Charlotte. He got a good deal on a truck in Texas.
Yeah.
So he flew to the race.
I will tell you guys, I think I maybe have mentioned it to you privately, but way back in the day, 5 or 10 years ago, when Max was still, this would have been Max's territory at Fly Racing, Steve was always like, you guys should hire Phil. You guys should hire Phil. And this was before FXR. Mm-hmm. And we're just like, yeah, we'd like to, but he is really expensive for what he's asking for, like extremely expensive. Mm-hmm. So now the world is seeing this. It's been brought to light.
It's all coming together. Shout out to we went to dinner Friday night, really nice restaurant, and JT couldn't make it. Our friend Thomas was there. This is a local spot for him. Phil showed up with his chick, and I was there, and Thomas's buddy, and Weege. I know you know that Thomas was paying for this beautiful steak dinner that we got drinks and dessert and everything because our buddy Thomas is a great guy, and I want to say, Weege, good job, like fighting through that traffic. But I know what was on your mind the whole time. I know.
I'm just a great friend, and I want to hang out with my friends. I wanted to be there for my friends.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of sacrifice I'm willing to make for my friends.
I don't think so, man. I think you knew exactly what you were doing.
As you said, Thomas is a great guy.
Yeah.
Phil hadn't come to races this year. I needed to see him in person.
Right.
I just wanted to be there for my friends.
Another story before we get to 250s. So Phil had Brayton's kid. JB was busy. So Phil was taking Brayton's kid around.
That's right.
To the different suites. And we went to the Renegade suite, Renegade Fuels suite to say hi to Tony. And a bunch of people saw Phil there and there were kids there. And then Brayton's kid just wanders off to watch the racing. And then another kid and Phil does his middle finger thing with this stranger's kid. Like, and the mom is mortified. Put it down. Put your finger down. Put your finger down. And Phil's going, no, keep it up. Keep it up. And the mom's like horrified. Like, I don't think she knows that this is his thing. And all of a sudden, this little tiny gremlin kid is putting his middle finger up. So they take the middle finger, then they take the photo with the middle finger up. But then the mom's like, can we do a nice one now? Can we do a nice one now? And Phil's like, all right. So they had to do 2 of them. So, and then the kid goes, Mom, send me the one with the middle finger up.
Oh,
yeah. Corrupting the children.
I do like, though, how Phil, he's done this multiple times. Like, he will take, as grumpy as he is, he's got a soft spot for the kids. He will take them under his wing. He is a pseudo babysitter when you need him.
You know, Brayton's kid's favorite rider is Marvin Musquin. We found this out. It's just so random.
It's great.
It's not Justin Brayton or any of his friends. It's Marvin Musquin.
Love it.
All right. 250s for Houston. Deegs, man. He rode great. 1-1-1. This championship may be over. Really good job by Deegs. Didn't get starts. Didn't take the starts and take off. Caught and passed guys. Great job. Deegs. He's so good on like, and I guess all the elite guys are, but like he comes into a corner. And part of this is the Yamaha. It's a great platform. The Star bikes are amazing. We know that. He comes into a corner with a guy, and they like take the same rut, and Deegs' exit speed is just zoop. He just sucks himself up to the rear fender of a guy and gets there. And like, it's not like the guy screwed the corner up like Levi or McAdoo or any of these other. They're not screwing the corner up. It's just Deegs' exit corner, his throttle, hand plus spike, all of it. It's a great job. Great job, Hayden Deegan. And JT, way to give him a compliment on the whoops.
Well, I know he's not stoked with me, but my job is to analyze his racing. That in a nutshell, that's the job. So coming into the season, I wanted to see some things. I wanted to see him figure the starts out on a consistent basis, and I wanted to see him take a real step in the whoops. And I said that publicly, and he's done that. So on the front end, I said, hey, these are the things I want to see. So when he does it, I'm going to give him credit. He doesn't have to be like, cool, thank you. That's that's fine. He can handle that however he wants. But at the same time, I'm not going to back away from either side. Like, these are the things that I think he needed to work on to develop, to move to the 450 and win. And good job for doing it. Like, it has to be consistent. It has to go both ways. If you say, hey, I would love to see X to happen, and that's going to give me a lot of confidence for how this is going to go moving forward. And when you do it, by all means, man, take the credit. So I'm not going to get caught up in, he's a showman, right? This is what they do. This is their thing. That has nothing to do with me. I don't care what he says, what he does. My job is to call it like I see it. And what I see is pretty freaking phenomenal right now. So on the racetrack, great job. The rest of it is none of my concern.
Does it seem, Steve, that somehow, I don't even know how this works. I'm on the TV crew. Why does it seem like you do 99% of the Deegs interviews? How does that work?
I do first and third for 250, and Will does first and third for 450. So Deegs wins a lot.
That's why.
And, yeah, Hunter gets second a lot. So I get Deegs and Hunter quite a bit.
Hey, we could change that up, though, right? Why don't we change that up? Does it matter?
Steve, I feel like Deegs never talks to Will. It's just always, here's another round of JT and Deegs.
No, for sure. For sure.
I think initially, and I'm speculating here, so bear with me, but I think initially Will had seniority, and so she got the premier class winner. That's really how I think it went and has gone. Like, that's my understanding of Will has seniority. She has been with NBC for a long time. She's getting the premier class winner. So then, vice versa for 250. I think that's just how it's always been.
Great. I was impressed early on because he actually looked at you. And I'm like, oh, bridge has been built here. And then he threw the backward shade. So now we're like back to that. I know. It doesn't matter.
Before the camera goes on, I mean, it's icy, but it's not like we're going to fist fight. You know what I mean? No. It's not that bad. But clearly he knows that it's a thing. And clearly I know it's a thing. And I don't care. Like, there's no part of me that cares what he says at me in his podium interview. I simply don't care. That is not a concern of mine. But if he wants to make it entertaining and I happen to be involved, by all means, man, that's
you're like Larry Brooks.
I do not care about him poking fun or whatever. That is not a problem.
There was a legendary hockey writer. He passed away, Larry Brooks, and him and John Tortorella, they had awesome, epic exchanges in these interviews. And you're his Larry Brooks.
Yeah, it's totally fine. I think people are worried it bothers me, or it doesn't bother me at all. I do not mind any of this.
He wrote great.
Okay, if he said something wildly insulting, that's a problem. But this is just banter. This is not serious stuff. So no big deal.
Yeah, they don't. Brian and Hayden, again, they don't really talk to me. They're not fans of me, and I don't really care. But they don't seem to like it when. I just call it like I see it. Off track, on track. I mean, I'm sitting here saying how awesome he rode, and I've said that so many times. But that's what rubs me a bit the wrong way, where it's like, hey, man, when it comes to your riding, when you deserve it, I'm saying it. I'm not sitting there being an idiot and being like, oh, I don't think he's that good. He's a 2-time national champion. His fitness is amazing. His speed's great.
And I've had that conversation. I don't know. I've had that conversation with Brian. That is my job, is to analyze what I see. And when I have seen Hayden have deficiencies in the past, I'm not going at Hayden with those. I'm just simply sharing the things that he could be a little better there. What is he going to work on to realize his potential long term? That is just
Yeah.
But I agree with you that they don't love that. You know, I do agree with they don't love that, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to do it. Like, that's literally what my job is.
It's odd to grow up in the spotlight, have Brian's racing career, have this kid who's been in the spotlight since he's been 5, understand how pro sports work, and then literally get mad at the pro sports people
it's your kid, man. It's your kid.
But there's other parents that don't do that. You know, there's other people that don't do that.
Go like look at other sports. Go Little League football and soccer.
Yeah, no. I got buddies that cover pro hockey, and they get it from the wives and girlfriends. You know,
I don't think it's all that much different than any other sport, man. That's just how parents react to their kids getting criticized, and it's not even criticism. It's just we're just analyzing the race. You know.
Great job, Deegs, though. Yep, and got the win. Rode great. Levi Kitchen 223. I interviewed him after the race, wondering how he felt, because obviously him and Deegs, no love lost, right? And there was a little shenanigans. There were some finger guns. Wondering how Levi felt about the loss. But being as how his season has been horrific until now, he was happy with the riding, and he rode great. And he, you know, even though he did give up the lead, and he got the finger guns, and even Deegs got the best of him after the finish line there, he was still happy. So that's good, and he should be.
Sorry, I'm going to let Weege talk here eventually. Did you see the scrum? Did you see the scrum interview?
No.
Go watch that for viewers also, but Steve, go watch it. To your point of what you're making, yeah, he's just like, yeah, the trash talk, I don't know, man, my career's been really hard. So, like, I'm not worried about Hayden's trash talk. I'm more worried about trying to figure things out, and it's been so up and down. Like, I just have bigger problems than Hayden doing whatever. Hayden's riding incredibly well, so he can kind of do whatever he wants. You know, like, it just hasn't gone that way for me. I just thought it was a very well-grounded interview to the insight that you're kind of talking about.
Yeah, Kitch is real. He's a real guy. Great parents also. I came on this pod a couple weeks ago with that breaking news of changing the clutch lever and how that was going to turn everything around, and it turned nothing around. He did tell me that Kenny helped him start this week. They broke down everything. He told me Kenny helped him a lot. He used to sit at the front of the bike with his nuts on his gas cap and his head right over top of the fender. He's changed that. So Weege, you listened to it a little bit too. Yeah, he gave Kenny a lot of credit for helping him.
Well, that was big, dude. What do you say? Yeah, I'm basically undoing everything I've learned about starts for the last 4 years and starting from scratch this week. So that's pretty significant.
Yeah. Oh, good job.
But hey, it was better. Also, he said in a different interview, probably in the scrum, that they've had a problem with his whole shot device being stuck down.
Yeah.
And I think for sure last week that caused the first turn crash. I wouldn't be surprised if that also was the problem at Anaheim 1. He's not sure why, because he's not really doing anything different with his forks or anything than the other riders on the team. But
it is.
I feel like I'm seeing that odd. More often these days.
Well, because these idiots have it so far down, man.
Because they're down to 3 inches of travel.
Yeah. Like, it's insane. And I can even speak for my bike. I put my starting device on where I put it on for Yamaha days, like my factory Yamaha days. I'm like, hey, where should I put my device? Well, we did it at 110 millimeters for Tim Ferry, so that's where I'm going to put mine. And dude, they are so much further down than what we did, you know. And by the way, we invented the start hook over there at Yamaha.
For people wondering that actually like know the numbers, the most aggressive person I ever saw in my career racing was Kyle Lewis. He was like 135 millimeters. Like, that's the measurement. These guys are 185 now.
Yeah.
Like, it is, and if you don't know what that means, don't worry about it. But like, people that do, it is so aggressive.
I'm at 170. That slow ass rider. And these dudes are way for, that's all they're doing. So yeah, I can see why it's not coming off.
And like to you guys' point about it not coming undone, if you don't brake really hard, like say you kind of just coast into the first corner, you don't have an aggressive compression from braking, I could totally see it staying locked in. Like you need that compression.
Well, the more aggressive, the lower it is. That's the stiffer part of the fork, right? So it's probably harder to get it to move. Would that be my guess?
Well, it's just so low. You've got to really get some weight on that thing to pop it.
More than you would if it was
absolutely
50 millimeter. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
dude, there was, I think San Diego, dude, like Prado whole shot, I think the Heat, dude, just did the 180 and 3'd in with the thing stuck down. And
guys have done it. It's crazy.
Scared.
All right, McAdoo 334. Again, he told me after the race, he's paid to win. He wants to win. But I also kind of said, like, look, you didn't know you were coming into West until Adam's injury, and he only had 3 weeks or so. He was riding. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't like he wasn't riding, but he had 3 weeks to really get going. And he said he feels the best he has right now, 4 races in. So just keep it on 2 wheels, Cam. Keep her straight. Keep her up. Keep her straight, Cam. Mm-hmm. Max Volan. So we made fun of his pants causing arm pump. The Fly guys have reached out. Pulpmx code to save with Fly Racing. Fly worked with Maximus to work on some pants. But excuse me, our buddy Daniel Blair on the Blair Matthes show, the way he broke it down, it doesn't make me laugh at Max as much as I was. And I told Max that. I'm like, we really laughed at you, but I'm only half laughing at you now. Because basically, like, the pants were sliding a little bit. He's a mutant type of frame. And the pants were sliding and he was holding on. It's in my mind, it's still a little dubious, but somewhat of a reason. But JT, we are working through this.
I wish guys got to see what we wore. And this doesn't, like, this, I know things have changed. Things got better. It's like I had hockey gear on, basically, man. Like, I was sliding everywhere. Like, what are you talking about? Yes, right. I was sliding all over the bike. My gloves looked like I was going gardening, like.
McGrath had like a parachute, wearing a parachute for a jersey.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that that's better. I'm just saying that wasn't even a thought back then. Like, if I came back in the pits and told them that I got arm pump because my pants were sliding, I don't know what would have happened. Somebody would have hit me with
Frank would have not had that. Frank would have not. No.
Which I understand. That's all very get off my lawn. I get it.
But. Frank would have been, load that thing up. We're done. That's your reason. We're done. And then Forrest would have to go in there and calm things down and all of that. But they're working on it. And Max was really good. Max's starts were great. He led laps, 4th overall. Good job, Max Volan. Good ride.
He's good.
Yeah, really good. Yeah. Really good. So that's awesome. Ryder D starts no bueno, and 6.55 on the night for Ryder D. Max Anstey, really good in the second one. He was catching Deegs a little bit, dude, in the third one. Max was catching him. Nice rebound, although he crashed in the first one. And according to our Max Anstey whisperer, his bike was too fast due to the air pressure in the dome, which is not a pressurized dome, but I guess they do pump air in those things.
And colder temps in general.
Yeah, colder temps. So his bike was too fast. They slowed it down for the third one, and he was much better, Max Anstey, 10.62. So
I've never heard, and I'm sure he's correct. I just never heard someone say that a 250 was too fast.
Yeah.
Well, I think the start too abrupt for the starts. I think.
Oh, that could be different.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about the Hunter Yoder interview I did, Weege?
Honestly, that's at least 2 this year that have just been.
He's good.
Great.
He's a really good guy. JT, do you know Yoder at all?
I don't really know.
He's a good dude, real intellectual, smart guy. Good guy to talk to, and he gives good interviews. He's definitely different. It's not Mosman level. That's out there a little bit. Love Mosey, but that's out there. Yoder's a little more different. So
he's probably been the sleeper story of the season. Yoder, gotta be right,
dude. What was his bet? He only got a couple of top 10s on PRMX, and now he is inside the top 10 all the time and getting near top 5s now, right? Yeah. Like, I think Chad and that bike and the team and everything else is working well for him. So that's good. Mosman crashed in one of them. Other than that, man, I didn't really notice Mosman much, which coming off some good rides.
Starts are big.
Parker Ross, Mumford. Parker Ross 989 for 9.
Yeah, Parker Ross was better. That was one of his best rides.
Yeah, and I feel the last 2 weeks. I think Mumphy came from first turn crash last week to a good result. I feel like Mumphy was not good first 2. These 2 have been much more Mumphy-like.
Varese back in the main event. Bourdon back in the main event, screwing me in Pulpmx Fantasy. Thanks, Anthony Bourdon.
You still had a great score.
Oh, did I? Yeah. I didn't check.
270 something. Oh. You're the best of the admin league.
Oh, well, there we go. I'm sure that'll get mentioned on the pod. I'm sure you guys will skip right over that part.
No, stop it.
Lux Turner, not a good night for Lux in the last one.
Yeah, I was trying to give him props, man. I come on the air, I go to talk about him, and he just promptly gets passed like 2 or 3 times in like one lap. I'm like, come on, man.
Rod Bell, Weege, you've worked with Rod Bell, track walk, big discussion about HVAC. He's coming around.
Well, similar to dinner, just a good friend of mine, and I just wanted to check in with my friend. It had nothing to do with getting free HVAC work. Just I'm like that with the people I'm friends with. I was a little curious as to in a few weeks when 250 West is on break, if he might have some availability to maybe help a friend. Because we've had horrific weather here, and it's probably not healthy for the HVAC system. But you just wanted to say hi to a friend mostly.
You said like 3 times, bro, my heaters, it's on the limit. It's on the limit.
It is on the limit.
I don't know what you're talking about, but you're saying your heater's on the limit.
It's working way harder than it's designed to, and I have a feeling that it's going to break any day now. And we just got to get through Seattle, right? Is that the last West?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's Dallas is the first East.
We're in the window now. I only got 2 more weeks. This heater is going to hang on.
Weege will love this. I don't run the heater in the winter.
Oh.
It is frozen in my house.
Boise, bro?
Yeah, I love it though, because I sleep so good. But I'm also, my power bill is just primo.
That's a
the power bill is actually, the system is super efficient here. It's never that expensive. The problem just is in the morning, whatever temperature you have it set to, it's still colder than that. It's just like, I can't, you want 63? 59 is all I got. So all night the thing is like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Well,
and then inevitably, what's that?
My power bill last month was $28.
Oh. You need a roommate or what?
Yeah.
You got some room?
We have a unit that just controls the bedroom, and that thing's at 69. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah. Cold bedroom. Yeah.
Anyway, that's bad enough when I wake up in the morning and it's not able to do what it needed to do for the last 8 hours. And then inevitably someone that lives here, one of the other 3 people will be like, hey, it's cold. So you know what? They don't even look at it. They just start hitting buttons. And I'm like, it already couldn't do 60 when it was set for 63.
You're gonna blow
it's not going to do 70 either.
Yeah.
It's going to blow, man. Rod Bell.
You're living in Chernobyl right now.
You're like, do you remember in Jaws when Quint, they were lowering Jaws back to shore in the boat, and Quint was going, and Richard Dreyfuss is like, can't do that. Don't push it. Don't push it. It's going to blow.
Yep.
And then the ship blew, and then Jaws got him. And that's going to be you.
That's very much how I feel.
What do you think that Quinn needed to see outside of the thing knocking and smoking?
Yeah, and smoking. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe back off.
Well, in the book, they talk about how he has a bit of a death wish against like him versus a fish.
One of us is dying.
Yeah. But anyways, that's Jaws Corner here on the Reply Racing.
Yeah.
Racer X. So Rod Bell, let's wrap this up. Let's wrap this West Coast up, Rod Bell, and let's get to Weege's house.
Hey, I got to say, though, I was talking to him on Friday as a friend. He got in the SLR Honda team. Rod Bell's been good. He's made 3 or 4 mains. He's stepped up.
Who's a bigger surprise, Thury or Rod Bell?
Thury is back.
Dude, Thury's last few years, I'm sorry, I know he's married to a monster chick, and he's a good dude. Not been good.
Oh. Dude,
not been good.
Thury was racing in Germany when I was racing in Germany.
Really?
No way.
Yes. He was on little bikes. Okay. So he was in SX2.
Okay. Well, he wasn't racing you. Okay.
Well, he was racing though.
But that racing. Weege and I thought you meant racing you. That's what Weege, right?
He could have. He was racing the pro class when I was racing the pro class. That's a long time. That's all I'm saying.
Well, he's
still racing 250s, and he was racing 14 years ago.
Well, I don't know what happened to him, but his skills went south fast, and now he is back. So that's cool.
He's got to be at least 30 years old racing this class.
Yeah, I'd say.
And Rod Bell's riding good. SLR Honda is doing this factory ride contest too. They're giving away a ride to somebody. I think that's happening soon. Go to their social pages and look at it.
Okay.
Crockett Myers, Yellow Magic.
It's gonna happen. Definitely got in someone's way. I can't remember who it was.
Yes.
Kitchen.
Yeah. Yes, Kitchen.
That's his boy.
That's his guy. Yeah, they're buddies.
Yes.
That's right. And I was thinking that, like, oh boy.
You had them on your show together.
I did. And why didn't I ask Kitch about that in the post-race podcast?
Oh, yeah. This is the type of service for the fans. Very few announcers would know that there was an episode of Pulpmx where Crockett, Myers, and Kitchen were on together. So when I saw him going to lap him, I'm like, oh, this is going to be bad.
Yeah. Hunter Schlosser, good job, Hunter. He's a good dude. Aiden Scheib made the main again. Keegan Rowley, he gets 5th in the LCQ. But because
Schwartz
knocked himself out.
Yeah.
He looked like his back was hurting pretty bad.
Was it? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Keegan gets in. Keegan gets in from 5th in the LCQ, and that's his first ever main event.
Yeah.
Shout out Mitch Kendra.
Familiar with Keegan, but great job.
He was a downhill mountain bike racer, JT, and then they didn't have any mountain bike races because of COVID. So he decided to start racing dirt bikes. Goes to Loretta's, wins the C class, like 6 months into riding. And that was, I think, 4 years ago. Then he went B, A, and Pro. So here we are.
That's awesome. Very Ryder Malinowski of him.
It is very similar to Malinowski, yeah. Who didn't... Steve, did you know that Malinowski, who's obviously out for a while after that crash last week, did not ride dirt bikes until the year 2020?
No, I thought that was a Russian kid. No?
I think that too. That must be club specialty.
Okay, but then also we did figure out the wakeboarder and the snowcrosser for the Malinowskis and the Canadian thing and all that. We got all that down.
Oh, yes, we did.
Yeah.
He is Canadian.
Snowcrosser, uncle wakeboarder for Malinowski. Yeah.
And he is Canadian, which Steve was right.
Oh, that's right. That's right. We got that confirmed on this show.
He's supposed
Speaking
to do
of that. Where is the Russian? What happened to him?
The Russian's coming in hot with MX6.
250 East?
Yeah, Ollie's team.
Oh.
Derek Kelly, Marshall Welton, Henry Miller, the Russian, and maybe one more.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is literally last year's SMX Next Supercross champion.
Yeah.
That's who we're talking about.
Sure.
Yep. The Russian.
They're coming in hot. All right, so shout out Keegan Rowley. The Gizmo guys were exiting the pits yesterday at the end of the night, and they said, hey, man, thanks for talking about Keegan Rowley. That's awesome. He made it. And I'm like, I saw that. Yeah, he made it. And I'm like, what? I've never talked about Keegan Rowley, but I took the compliment. I'm like, yeah, man, no problem. No problem.
It was because 2 years ago on the Racer X Supercross preview videos, Steve, our guy Mitch Kendra gave us notes on riders, and Keegan Rowley was on his list. And in the show, you're like, why is Keegan Rowley on this list? Why are we mentioning Keegan Rowley on this show?
Do you think 2 years later, for his first main event, those guys are getting revenge on me?
It might be.
And it was like
apparently
sarcastic?
they're in the all publicity is good publicity.
I guess.
You saying, why is he mentioned on this show is thanks for mentioning him. So congrats, Steve.
I mean, I'd be surprised if they remembered that, but shout out. It's like, it's like the Dirt Bike Depot. They don't care either. Just talk about Dirt Bike Depot. Doesn't matter. Hey, motorsport.com, by the way, ultimate race bike sweepstakes. Speaking of the Russian and speaking of Malinowski and speaking of Voland and Yoder and Simonson.
The Russian's not on club anymore, Steve. So
I know, but just speaking of him. Yeah.
Last year he was, yes.
Yeah. Motorsport.com ultimate race bike sweepstakes. Grand prize, a 20 Yamaha YZ250F, just like what Deegs used to win. Replica race bike. And they got W and Cherubies and Firepower and more going on there. It's a whole race bike, just like the club guys. Motorsport.com. Go through the banner to help us out. OEM and aftermarket parts. Great prices. And also motorsport.com/win to learn more about these guys. Renthal, Maxxis on board as well. Fly Racing, of course, flyracing.com. Home of Cooper Webb, the Houston Supercross champion. And code Pulpmx to save at flyracing.com. And Weege, also Onyx Maps.
Yes, Onyx Maps. I think I actually work with some of the same advertising people who I have to work with to try to get this deal done for Phil. So we thank Onyx Maps for easy negotiations for this podcast. And if you want to try Onyx Maps, it has 750,000 miles of trails mapped out, public land, private land. You can leave notes in your phone that'll work, and you can still pull them up even when you don't have service. Other riders can give you their notes. You can leave notes for them. Whether you're a dual sport guy or a single track enduro guy or a mountain biker, or you got a side by side or an ATV, go to onxmaps.com or onx offroad. And by the way, fans out there, we call him the Russian. We're talking about Alexander Fedortsov. That's actually who we're talking about. But maybe we just stick with the Russian. going into Dallas.
Yeah, man. No, it's MX6 they started out last year. They're coming in hot. Ollie Stone.
Yeah.
I heard they were in talks to buy Barsha's compound even. Like,
Wow.
yeah, the owner there is really stepping up. So
not a lot of equity in the Russian name tag right now, but
No.
Yeah, really what you want to be known as.
no, but maybe he can turn it around.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a popular route at the moment.
Steve, are you
Okay.
suggesting if I can change and
Yep.
you can change?
We all can change.
See a lot of changing.
I'd love to see that. Also on Track Walk, by the way, I saw Lars and Jordy. Jordy from Star used to work at Honda, and then he left, and I walked up to them and I said, "Oh, Jordy, you trying to go back or something? Like, why are you talking to Lars?" And then Lars is like, no, I'm going there. And I'm like, dude, how great would that be after a win down on the podium? I said, Weege would love this. I'd literally drop Weege's name. I said, you rip off your Honda shirt and there's a Bobby Reagan Star Yamaha shirt underneath there, and you switch teams. Like, you go from Joe Schmoda to Deegs or whatever, and then you and Bobby are down there with the number ones, and that would be amazing. I said, we need to do that. We need to find someone who's switching teams and do it down by the podium. We want to get big. We want to get in the mainstream.
True.
Yep. Do that.
I do it. Maybe a chair shot right to Shimoda's back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Lars, oh my God, Lars has switched teams. What's going on?
Switched teams.
And he
It's
pulls
probably
off
going
the
too
shirt.
far, but I had a dream back in the day that Mertz, when he was with the Lawrences, was going to all of a sudden chair shot Jet and Hunter in a press conference. And I'd be screaming, why? I just want to know why. And he would rip off the shirt and he'd have a Deegs 38 shirt. And him and Brian would,
yeah.
If
we wanna grow the sport,
up in the air together, and
all these idiots talking about growing the sport. That's how you grow the sport.
that would
Right
that
there.
would
People that have never watched wrestling are like, what are you talking
Yes.
about?
Dude,
Yes.
wrestling's the dumbest thing ever, but that's awesome. That's a great idea. So stay tuned.
I don't know how deep you want to get into this, Steve, but I did almost have a conversation about wrestling with Josh Greco over the weekend. Is this a conversation you're interested in, or is that going too far?
Can you make it short?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
We're good.
Okay.
We're
All
good.
right.
I walked by him. He's like, "Hey, I heard you're into wrestling," and I'm like, "I don't got time, man."
Really?
What is
You didn't have time.
Big moment,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. That's
Oh my
Big moment.
gosh. I am so
I
proud of you.
I know. It might be the first time in my life I'm like, I don't know if I need to talk wrestling with Greco right now.
I am so proud.
what is Greco doing with his gear and his chest protector?
The chest, bro, dude.
Does anybody know what's happening there?
It looks
No.
like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, it really does.
Doesn't it look like
It
the
does.
turtle shell?
What is going on with Leonardo down there racing Supercross? Yeah.
The things he told me at media days, I will never, ever, ever forget.
Oh yes.
Never.
Oh god.
What, Greco was at Media Days?
2 years
Last
ago.
year
Yeah.
Oh.
or 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. Then Privateer Day. It was just Privateer Day is just epic.
Right. Shout out to Feld also for the barbecue, Texas barbecue. They were going to bring in an Olive Garden for the SMX press box
I
food
love Olive
reviews.
Garden.
And I said, look, you can bring in Olive Garden, but we got to do what we got to do if you do that. So thankfully, we got Houston, Texas barbecue. It was fantastic. So, and then also, okay, to wrap this thing up, Fly Racing, Racer X. Here we go. Who's going to win this 450 title? Who's going to win this 450 title? I
Go on,
said
Tomac.
Sexton.
I'm going
I said
Tomac.
Jet, sorry. Then I went to Sexton.
I'm taking Tomac. He's just been too good through 4. And he historically gets better
Mhm.
as championships go on. So if he starts this good, why would I think he's going to get worse?
Yeah, I'm
And
right
what a
there with
story
you.
that'll be.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves because he's had it as in hand as anyone could ever have.
Yeah.
I don't want to go
No
that crazy.
guarantees. That's for sure.
Yep.
But I got to pick
Yep.
somebody.
Weege?
Yeah. No, I'm
You're-
just saying, Steve, be careful with the what a story that'll be
Oh, yeah.
because the dude was leading at his home race to wrap up the title 3 years ago.
But Weege, you are picking Eli if you had to do it right
Yes,
now?
I would
you
pick
stick-
Eli. I
you
was
stick with-
getting very high on Hunter Lawrence's chances last week, but Eli, I think, ripped it right back from everybody. He was really good this weekend, even though he didn't win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, he's got to get one. I mean, he's so close, but
He's going to win.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
going to win for sure.
he is. He's going to win. You're right. And then the 250 side, I like Deegs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Deegs
Yep.
looking good. We didn't mention SMX next.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Vincent Way. I make my deal with Vincent Way. Pulpmx is a stick. We got a sticker deal going. He's my #1 amateur. We sealed the deal on track walk, and I think we're going to get on the box. And then Vince did that. He's got to stop crashing.
I can't. I really struggle to watch Vincent Way because I'm emotionally invested. I truly care a lot about his parents, and it's hard to watch, man, because you just know it's coming. You know the crash is coming, and it's not very fun to watch.
Well, Bobby's got his powerhouse team going. The kid, did this kid win last week? Or the kid who won last week didn't race? What happened?
Hurt himself. He's fine. He's relatively okay. But
so I didn't know that was going on. I heard his crash was weird after the whoops in the berm. No?
Yeah, I saw him in the airport. No, it was in the whoops. I guess the end of the whoops. I saw him in the airport this morning. It was pretty funny because we were like all bench racing, like, what happened to Manir? Is Manir okay? And then we look over and he's just sitting right next to us, basically. Just how, I mean, you guys, I'm sure, have had that happen in airports before. Yeah, he said that Kay Johnson was crashing and he tried to avoid him, and then they both ended up crashing. Kay Johnson didn't race either. He's relatively okay, as you said, JT. This was a different Caden. This was Caden Dudney that won this week, Steve.
Yeah, so different kid. Star Yamaha.
Caden, yeah.
So Lander Gordon will win the next one.
Dudney almost won first one. He was fast qualified first one. It wasn't like a shock. Like Dudney is emerging as the real deal here.
But Deacon Deno was not good at A2 and really rode well this one. Shout out Deacon Deno. Deacon Jones on the Triumph.
Yep.
Yeah.
A little loose. He's a little loose.
Yeah.
He's good.
Do we think Dudney races East?
Oh, is that a thing? I didn't know. Okay.
Star, bro.
Do I think he will versus do I think he should are two different answers.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not recommending it, but I just know that team does stuff like this. That's all.
I don't think he should yet. I think he has a real chance to keep developing and be something special versus just throwing him in.
I'm with you.
Yeah, Vincent Way. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Podium. And so one of these guys racing again? Is it Daytona? Is that the next one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Daytona.
Okay. So we got a few weeks until then. All right. Oh, Weege, the Dirty Martini. How did that go down? What do we?
Oh, it didn't go down well at all.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to have camaraderie and chemistry, literally, with my broadcast colleague, the greatest of all time, Ricky Carmichael. He recommended a drink I should try, which is a Dirty Martini. I then revealed that I don't know anything about any of these cocktails because I don't know how to mix drinks, so I don't know anything about making them or drinking them, which, haha, joke's on you, RC. He thinks I'm joking that I don't know how to make mixed drinks. He clearly doesn't know how many things I don't know how to do.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
We're going to need a lot of time and a lot of explaining of all the other things that I don't know, so he'll understand that this actually makes sense.
So when you order the Dirty Martini, at that point, you didn't know if you were going to have to pay for it. So what was going through your mind at that point?
Dude, I'm trying to build, chemistry, camaraderie with my broadcast colleague and hang out with my friends.
Okay.
It's all worth it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you had a Dirty Martini, Steve?
No, I don't think so.
Horrific.
It's not something that I would, like, Ricky clearly likes it. It's not something I would recommend being like, you're going to love this. Like, it's an aggressive
horrific
take on a drink. Yeah. Like,
right.
You got to, okay, if you love them, cool. But the average person's going to be like, oh, dear God, what is this?
He's suspicious that I'm jacking with him when I say I don't know anything about mixed drinks. And I'm suspicious that he picked the worst one possible. Just to see if I would try it.
Yeah, maybe, right?
So we're in a real standoff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think that thing even got tried, really. And then Thomas paid for it. Thank you,
Thomas. I
went
halfway through, and then everybody at the table was like, you don't have to finish it, man. It's just, we know it's bad.
The facial expressions were probably giving it away.
Yes.
Yeah.
And one other thing in related news here, at the airport this morning, Steve, I see our good friend Seth Rarick, because we're all on the same flights, and he's at some mega ACI Bowl health place. Actually, no, I take it back. It was Jamba Juice, which is debatable probably. JT will probably tell you that's debatable if it's Jamba Juice healthy or not.
Yeah, it's a lot of sugar, but it is. Yeah. It's supposed to be healthy. How about that?
So I'm like, hey, we're hanging out. You're going to order something. I'll order something. Plus, I got a Racer X Amex, I'm not going to actually pay for it. And then after I order, I see a Post-it note on the credit card thing that says, "We do not take American Express." And I'm like,
oh,
dear Lord, I now have to pay for this smoothie at the airport. Very upsetting.
Yeah. Also, speaking of Rarick, we ran into Charlie Bogard on Track Walk. He works for the AMA. Yeah. JT, he is aware of the Arena Cross story. He's aware
he's aware of it.
Like, he's aware that it's been told out in the public and it's around.
Sure it has. Like, it was a huge deal, man.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was nice to meet Bogard. He's a legend.
I have no issue with Charlie Bogard.
Right.
I've talked to him since then. We're totally fine.
Oh, you have? Okay. All right. Yeah. It was good to see Bogard. He works for the AMA. And
that's 27 years ago, man.
Right. All right. Okay, we're on to Glendale this weekend, and should be lots of fun for that. Good times. Thank you for watching and listening. Appreciate it. Oh, Brunt Work Wear, by the way. Forgot that one. Damn it. Pulpmxshow code to save with the Marin and the Omen work boots. And if you're a working man like none of us on here, but like a real working man. If you're digging ditches in West Texas, like our friend Dark, you need Brunt Workwear Marin boots. They're easily broken in. They fit nicely. Code Pulpmxshow to save with bruntworkwear.com. And they make more than that. They got great workwear as well with jackets and pants and all that kind of stuff. So thank you to those guys for coming on board. And thank you for watching and listening. Appreciate it. JT, Weege, thanks, boys. And we'll see you at Glendale.
Sounds good.
Yeah.